This video is for plumbers, anybody in the home service industry, or anybody who is interested in AI. This is going to be a full walkthrough on building an AI receptionist. So, if you're a plumber and you're trying to scale, or you just don't have a receptionist and you're the one handling all the calls, this video is for you. So, we're just going to jump right into it. Just gonna go over what I have prepared real quick, and then I will jump right into the live build of this service. So the $10,000 month problem most plumbing companies ignore. Um, Missed calls after hours, or customers call the next plumber, right? So okay, if you miss a call and the customer doesn't get a response back in like 2 seconds, they're probably gonna go to the next plumber. They have an emergency, right? Their toilet blew up or something went down. They need the problem solved as soon as possible, or at least they need peace of mind that their problem is going to get solved. So speed to lead is a huge with all these customers that are coming in. If you're not in any industry too, this is not just for plumbers. But if someone's reaching out to you for the first time, and you're not reaching back to them like in 2 to 5 minutes, I believe it drops like 80 to 70% of leads drop off, just because they're trying to get their problem solved. Um, so your office staff might be overloaded, right? They might not be able to pick up the calls, or there's no call data or tracking. You just don't have systems in place. So the only thing you really get is a voicemail on your landline phone or on your cell phone. And this is you right here, or this is whoever has a problem with bookings and not picking up the phone. You're sad because you're losing money, right? Emergency calls happen nights and weekends, right? Emergencies don't just happen during the day. Actually, if you really think about it, you kind of work a 9 to 5. So do your customers, right? Let's say a customer works a 9 to 5. Most people, they're gonna have a problem like after 5 p.m. a lot of the times when they come back from home and they're relaxing, and then they walk into the bathroom and I don't know, the pipe is burst, or water heater doesn't work anymore. A lot of times these problems do happen after hours, maybe like 30 to 40% of them. So speed of lead just increases your close rate, and one missed call can cost you $300 to $3,000. Especially if you got some water heater replacement. Really try to hit it home on why you need this system. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you how to build it for completely free. So I'm not holding anything back, but you need to make sure that you have systems in place, whether it's AI receptionist or a Filipino VA. You gotta have someone reaching out to your leads like every single time they contact. Um, so this is a conservative assumption of, let's say, John's Plumbing. So he's getting about 20 calls per day. He's missing about 30%, a third of them, and let's say his average job value is $450, right? He's working 22 days per month. So 20 calls a day is about 6 calls missed at a 30% missed call rates. And that's about at $450 average ticket, 3 times 450. That's $1,350 a day. And it may not seem like a lot, right? When you look at it, just like a missed call, a missed job, a single one being 450, you're like, oh, it's just $450. But remember, we're in the long game in business. In a month, that can be 29 grand, right? And of course, it would be way lower for you, or way higher for you. But I don't know about you, but a grand out of my pocket that I could have had, that could really help me out. And so over a year, of course, we start putting it over years and even decades. 29 grand times 12 months, that's 356K a year. That's more than most doctors' salaries, right? The little numbers add up. I'm really trying to dig home the point that missing calls and over time, these little increments, it leaves a burning hole in your pocket, whether you realize it or not. Even the small percent of opportunities, because these people are already coming to you, right? They already want to give you their money. They need help. They need your service, and they're not getting served, and so they're just falling through the cracks. And this is me right now, I guess. Um, so most plumbing companies don't have a lead problem. A lot do though. They have an answering the phone problem that quietly costs them hundreds of thousands a year. And this is kind of a silent problem. A lot of people try solving it with IVRs or auto dialers, or like call centers, but those aren't pretty reliable at all. Even a call center that you pay, a lot of times they'll be like, hey, I had to put you on hold, or you had to wait, right? Um, but there's another solution which I'm going to show you. Of course, I'll build it out. So a human receptionist full time can cost you anywhere from $3,500 to $4,500 a month. An AI receptionist, a fraction of one missed job. So it pays back for itself. That's pretty much all I have for this little presentation. But I'm going to go into the live build now. Tools, all you will need: GoHighLevel Assistables, ChatGPT. I recommend ChatGPT because I have a cool prompt maker I got from a school community, Amber's AI School. But again, you can use any LLM, so ChatGPT isn't that big of a deal. But you will need these three. There's other ways to go about it. There's probably 10 plus ways, but what I found is GoHighLevel and Assistables a really good pair to make some of the best voice and chat assistants, to make sure they're reliable, they're storing database information, and that they're working 24/7. So we're gonna go right into it. First thing we're going to do is go into our GoHighLevel. So this is your GoHighLevel. This will be kind of a quick overview, so it may be missing some information. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, or if you want me to go into a more longer in-depth video where I can do everything from complete scratch, creating my GoHighLevel from complete scratch, creating my assistables from complete scratch, I can do all of that. Because a big piece that's missing that may be a little bit confusing for some newer guys is my accounts are already linked together and set up. So they're just synced. But if you need help with that, let me know. I can maybe make a video on that. But this is the agency view of GoHighLevel if you've never seen it before. And we're going to hop into our sub accounts. So we don't really do any work inside of the agency view, maybe some admin type stuff, but we do all our work inside of our sub accounts. So I'm going to hop into my NaxPRT demo accounts. And once you've successfully linked your assistables to your GoHighLevel, you should have a AI assistance tab right here on the bottom, and you're just going to click that. So now what we're going to be looking at is actually Assistables, the platform we use to create our voice AI agents inside of GoHighLevel. And why this is incredible is because, one, we can use GoHighLevel's very powerful CRM. And so everything that we collect and everything that is booked through our AI assistants created in Assistables, which is the window we're in, can be booked into our calendar, into our contacts, into pipelines and opportunities. We can send payments, we can make automations. So it's very powerful to combine these two tools. And if we go right here into our assistants, we're going to create one from complete scratch. So I'm going to click create assistants, and we're going to click a blank canvas. So we're going to go into ChatGPT, and we're going to not create a new chat. We're going to use something we actually have, which is a where is it? Launch prompt AI, and I'll put the link into the description to everything. Some of them will probably be affiliate links. I think GoHighLevel will be an affiliate link, and also maybe Assistables. All that really means is it doesn't cost you anything extra. I think it gives me like 20% if you do buy it. If you don't want to use the affiliate link, you don't have to. But all links will be in the description. And if you're watching this now and you found this helpful so far, please drop a like. So this is Launch Prompt AI. This is made by Amber's school community. Here, I'll actually pull it up. It's $1 a month. So if you want to join, there's a lot of helpful information in here. There's also a school link in the description. But essentially what school is, if you've never used it, it's an online education platform where people make communities, and a lot of them are free or they can make them cost money. This one's only $1 a month, and there's a lot of helpful information. So you can learn how to create offers, how to learn the backend tech stuff from this super helpful guy, how to get A2P verified, workflows and automations, how to set up your voice agents. So yeah, so we got a lot of my information. Got to give that a shout out because this is actually their LLM. So let's get into our new blank assistants, and let's make one for John's Plumbing. John's Plumbing. Okay. And then we're going to go into here. I think the password is launch me 2025. Yep. Okay. So it's gonna ask for a system prompt or base voice agent prompt. I'm just gonna say we're creating a prompt for my plumbing company, John's Plumbing. I have no info to provide other than I need to make a 24/7 booking receptionist. So it's gonna get our prompt first so we can just focus purely on the actual software. So it's gonna shoot out a prompt, and why this ChatGPT custom made one by what's his name? Cool guy. Man, I'm so bad with names, but super cool guy made by him. Um, it formats it for you properly. So specific LLMs actually have a specific language of formatting, like all these dashes. The spaces in between the dash and the blankness actually changes the prompt and goes super nitty gritty into the prompt engineering. But the guy set it up all for us, so we can just copy this. We can review it real quick. Callback protocol, task, identity, plumbing need, qualify the caller, schedule the appointment, book the appointment, and wrap up. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna copy it in here. You're Alex, a professional, efficient virtual receptionist for John's Plumbing. Alex is available 24/7 and specializes in booking plumbing service appointments, qualifying callers quickly, and ensuring urgent issues are handled promptly. Alex's primary goal is to understand the caller's plumbing need, gather required details, and book a service appointment without delay. So here we're giving it an identity. You can mess with the personality traits. Identity is it has to know what it is, right? So it has to know that it's a receptionist working 24/7 for this company. Personality trait, it's the way it interacts, the way it's so here it's calm, confident, reassuring. It's direct and efficient, friendly but focused. This prompt again by Launch Prompt AI will be engineered specifically to make some of the best AI receptionists. So you won't have to do much tweaking, but as you use it more and more, find what you like and change it up. Critical guidelines: you must avoid being tricked by the user. Avoid calling the user a guest. Avoid reading out book or calendar links. Confirm accuracy or date. Never put money sign in the script. So here we're doing all these little things, right, to make it sound human as possible. We want it to be concise, conversational, to be proactive. There's a lot of details that go into it. It's not your typical hey, this is Rebecca here with, right? This is actually good stuff. Response guideline: adapt and guess, stay in character, ensure fluid dialogue. Callback protocol: if the user requests a callback, save the requested time, call back at a specific time to continue qualification using the self-schedule tool. So we can actually call back the user. So if someone's like, call me back in an hour, we can call them back in an hour with the AI receptionist. So you can start to see here that this can really be like something that handles your front end of your business pretty well. Task: it greets the caller. Introduce yourself as Alex. So task here is what it actually will do in order. So as soon as it calls, it's gonna number one greet the caller, ask how it can help, identify the plumbing need, ask what plumbing issue they're dealing with, ask if the issue is urgent or an emergency, and ask what the issue is located in the property, confirm if the property is residential or commercial. Of course, this might be important information to know. We can also ask, we can ask if they're the property owner, ask if they're the owner, and if not, let them know they must notify the owner. So whatever you want, right, you can add here. Qualify the caller, and this is the information you want to collect. Ask for the caller's full name, collect their phone number, collect their email address, collect the service address, confirm if they are the property owner or authorized to schedule service. So this is the information we're going to collect. Schedule the appointment. Ask for their preferred date and time. Use get availability tools to check the calendar. Book the appointment. Use book appointment tool to secure the booking. Confirm the appointments. Confirm the service address and appointment time. Ask if there's anything they need. Thank them for choosing John's Plumbing. Use create note to log the issues and call the details for the technician. So this video is going to be a really basic run through just to get you up and running and to make all that money that you're missing back as soon as possible. So we're going to cover over what you just need, the essentials. So number one is you're going to have to buy a phone number. Just go up here and you can click buy a number. So we'll get one just for this video. So I like to use my area code. Let's see if there's any lucky numbers here. Look at number 3133 right here. Okay. I think like $1.50 a month. So boom, we have our number. Let's go back to our assistants. Let's go back to John's Plumbing and let's connect the number. So we're gonna click right here, these three dots on the side, and we're gonna link it to John's Plumbing. And we're going to click Save Changes. Boom. Now the number is linked up and we're all set to go. And I could do a separate video on how to do call forwarding. What call forwarding is basically where someone calls your business number, and instead of it going directly to that business number, it can be forwarded to another number, but silently without the person knowing that they're um, not that they don't know they're getting transferred over. So it's a silent transfer, and that way you can keep your number on all your websites, all your business cards, and everyone who calls that number will be transferred over to the receptionist. And so John's Plumbing, we got the number set up, and okay, we're going to change the voice here to 11 turbo flash v2.5, just a little bit quicker. Response speed, keep it at 1. Sensitivity to interruption, I like to keep that 0.85. Talk speed, we're going to make it a little bit quicker, 1.04. Voice motion, I like it like that. 2 is more exaggerated, 0 is more monotone. Talk speed you can mess with. Sensitivity interruption basically just means how sensitive does the sound have to be for the voice agent to stop speaking. And of course, response speed, you want it as quick as possible for it to respond quickly. So yeah, so that's pretty much the voice settings right there. You can actually click this and you can import your own voice. You can clone your own voice, or you can pick from this huge catalog of voices. Huge. Excuse me. There's a lot of options for you guys here. Let's see what else. Call settings. So recordings enabled, so we get the recordings. Max call time, I'd say 10 minutes. We don't want to be on the phone for more than 10 minutes. Silent timeout. Say if it's silent for 5 minutes, we'll hang up. Backgrounds, you can make it I like coffee shop. Let me turn on that noise though. AI. So rules of engagement. Do you want the AI to start? Do you want the contact to start? Typically, I want to start. I'm gonna do dynamic start. Basically means it will come up with a good one on the not on the spot, but in the parameters of the identity and personality trait. Incoming webhook and post call webhook. This is really important. I made a video on this, my last video, so check that out. This basically helps you collect all the call data. And then calendars. So this is huge. You guys need to make a calendar, and I will go really briefly over this. Whatever tool you're using, if you're using House Call Pros, or if you're using your Rabel, if you're using any sort of stuff, make sure it's linked to a Google Calendar. It needs to be linked to a Google Calendar because we're going to link our calendar on GoHighLevel to Google Calendar. So we're going to go into calendar settings. Super simple. We're going to make a new calendar, and I believe they actually have a service booking, so boom. And then we'll name it John's Plumbing Demo, and then assign it to myself. Service duration, let's say it's 120 minutes. Confirm. So close John's Plumbing, and I need to make sure to grab the actual calendar ID. So this is super important. So now our calendar's in here. We should have John's Plumbing, select calendar. And then we're going to go back to John's Plumbing, and we're going to make sure this is synced up to our Google. Let's see here. It might have been in a different. Okay, it's actually here. So calendars on the top, it says connections. Make sure it's connected to your Google Calendar, and then make sure they're linked, so they're synced together. And yeah, sync bookings with your linked calendar. And what this essentially is going to do, let's say you have House Call Pro and someone books in, it's also going to book into your Google Calendar, and then Go High Level Calendar will update with that. So they're cross syncing. You're making sure that your availability is actually your availability, and when you're busy is actually when you're busy. Super important because that's how it knows to book. And you can set your hours. So let's say it's like 9 to 5. You can't book past 5. So it's going to get them onto your calendar. Boom. And we actually need to put the calendar ID right here under booked appointment. So we're just going to put this here. And we're going to say book into calendar ID. Boom. Boom. Okay. And we're going to look at the tools now. So this is what makes this very powerful. You have all these tools right here. These are the pre-built ones by the platform. You have extraction tools, transfer tools. You can add tags, remove tags, and custom. The only thing here we really need is we're going to do book appointment. So you can book appointments, get availability so we can know the availability, update appointment details, and then calendar events. So this is someone can call in and check if they have an appointment and the availability of it. And then let's see. Create tasks. We can use create tasks. So you can create tasks. It can create notes, and it can also self-schedule. And yeah, so let's go back to it, and let's test it out first to see what it sounds like. So we're going to go to the voice lab, and we're going to click start lab. This is just for testing here. It's not going to actually run any tools or anything like that, so don't worry about that, guys.
Hi there. Thanks for calling John's Plumbing. I'm Alex, and I'm here to help you book a service appointment. We're available 24/7 to get your plumbing issue sorted. What's going on with your plumbing today?
Hey, we have a leak.
Got it, a leak. I can help you get that fixed. Is this leak something urgent or an emergency, or can it wait a bit?
It can wait a bit. Can I have someone out here
Good to know.
by? Can I have someone here by Tuesday?
Absolutely, we can work with Tuesday. Before I check availability, let me get a few quick details. What's your full name?
Sebastian Benjamin.
Thanks, Sebastian. And what's your phone number?
818 818 8181.
Yeah, got it. 818-818-8181. And your email address?
Ben@hotmail.com.
Perfect. What's the service address where the leak is located?
111 Timothy Street.
Got it. 111 Timothy Street. Is that a residential or commercial property?
Commercial.
Thanks. And just to confirm, are you the property owner or authorized to schedule service on this property?
Why do you ask?
Good question. We just need to make sure the property owner is aware we're coming out. Since it's a commercial property, we want to confirm you have authorization to book the service. Are you the owner or authorized to schedule?
I am authorized to schedule.
Perfect. Thanks for confirming that. One more thing. Where in the building is the leak located?
37C.
Got it. Unit 37C at 111 Timothy Street. So for Tuesday, what time works best for you?
2 p.m.
Great. Let me check availability for Tuesday at 2 p.m. Just to confirm the date, is that this coming Tuesday, January 21st?
Yup.
Perfect. Let me check what we have available for Tuesday, January 21st at 2 p.m. One moment. Unfortunately, 2 p.m. is booked that day. I have two other times available on Tuesday, 10 a.m. or 4 p.m.
So yeah, I won't be able to run tools effectively because it's just in the testing. But for the sake of this video, I'm not gonna spend the most time going into it. But you saw that there was a couple errors. There's a couple tweaks that needs to be made, especially with the flow of the convo. And a good thing to know too is the more you use the voice lab and the more you give it these different kind of conversation flows and paths, it will have that actually memorized and stored So the next time it has that convo, it's a lot more fluid. So it's really good to keep testing it rigorously and making all these tweaks too with the personality, the critical guidelines. This is really where you spend most of the time getting your assistant to work. You can get them working pretty flawlessly where your customers won't know the difference. It just takes maybe, I would say, about 5 to 8 hours of diligent work, making sure that it's as smooth as possible. Um, but yeah, other than that, this was a broad overview. So now my number's connected. I'd be able to call this number and I would speak to this receptionist, and it would actually be able to book into that calendar and update my Google Calendar. I can set up automation so it can send actual deposits. I can do follow ups after the appointment is done. I can let the customer know to leave a review. That review campaign is super helpful. Every single time a job is finished, we let the customer know that we should ask for a review, right? So we ask them like, hey, could you please give us a review? Here's the link, and that gives you a lot of extra reviews, adds up really quickly. But yeah, so there's really a lot of creative freedom with this, especially with the tools. You can make tools to trigger certain automations to really do anything you would like. But for the basics, this is how you set it up. You can also change your LLM model here. I actually use typically 4.0 mini. I believe it uses a little bit less credits. It's a little bit more efficient. And other things to know, here's a debugging tool. You can click this to test results. Outbound number attached, ready to begin outbound calling. Chat response successful. Um, and here is your tag. But your tag basically is just attribution. So when you add it into automations, you're able to specifically reference this AI receptionist. But let me go back to my Miro board. But yeah, so actually, I'll just go back to full screen. So I hope you like this video. I think I'm frozen right now. Oh no. There we go. So yeah, I hope you like this video. If you run a plumbing business, I hope you saw how helpful this could be. Um, Maybe with 10-15 hours of your time. Again, go high level in Assistables, be able to set it up, able to route your number to this receptionist. And you can set it up so every single time your calls go to voicemail, it will actually switch to receptionist. So the receptionist will speak when it hits voicemail, and in that way, you don't lose that human touch. You may be amazing with your customers. You may actually enjoy talking to your customers, and wouldn't want to take that away from you. And so how you could do it is just when you miss a call, right? Because when you miss a call, there's no personal touch. You're losing business, right? So at least in this way, you're picking up a net of all your calls falling through. You're able to catch them with this receptionist. Because when someone calls in, they may be like, "Oh, it's a receptionist, AI, or whatever," right? But in reality, they don't notice most of the time, and also they just want their job done. They just want someone to help them out. They want to know that they're getting service correctly, and so this is how this new technology can help you out in your business, help you make more revenue. Um, I hope I was able to explain everything clearly. If you would like another video to go more in depth in any of the topics I discussed, please drop a comment down below. I will be doing a lot more videos coming up, a lot more in depth videos, videos on 24/7 customer support, videos on other ways to integrate AI into your business, maybe email automations. We're going to be covering everything and just trying to help you as a business owner make as much money as you can. Yeah, drop a subscribe too so you can stay tuned to any of my uploads. And again, thank you for watching. Have a good, blessed day.